All right. So, last we left off, the party had gotten mid escape in their escape from prison and had to make a quick decision to escape into the inner hollowed walls of the middle ring of the Laotal Empire capital city. And with that, they had made a quick escape outside of the walls towards the moat, which is the outer ring, the slums of the capital, and had landed on the roof of the bar known as. One second, I have to pull up my notes.
The Rusty Spoon.
The Rusty Spoon, correct. And inside, they met a friend of Maverick's, Randall, who gave them lodging for the night and fed them, and told them that he would give them something to do in the morning if things quieted down. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start. Does anybody want to do anything before heading to bed?
Uh, not this. No, not for me. No.
All right. Squirrel, you want to head straight to bed?
Actually, I just have a question about magic items.
All right.
Because I did,
Okay, go ahead.
because I did the research thing to find out what they do. Does that mean they're specifically bound to me, like no one else can use them?
Well, you didn't research. What you did was you used like an hour to kind of bond with the weapon to kind of just like you kind of just inspected like what you did in particular doesn't really matter. It's just you spent time with them for an hour to bond with them in your soul. You kind of just played with them for a little bit to figure out the feel of them. You didn't necessarily shut up. You didn't necessarily figure out specifically what it did. You know what I mean? You don't have a specific definition of the magical item. There can be some extent to it that you aren't particularly aware of. Though you do have a basic knowledge of it now that it's kind of bonded to you.
But like, does that mean nobody else but me can use it?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
It must because the way that I can't remember what the actual specific name of it in D&D is for bonding for that. I can't remember. Hold on. I'll have to pull it up.
That's all I wanted to know, is if other people could use it or not.
Yeah, no. For now, it's just like one person has to unbond with it before the next person can bond with it. That's the way that these things work for attuning with them. To attune with one item, you spend an hour with it, and then it can only be untuned with it if you either die or spend an hour untuning it from you.
Okay.
So,
I have a question for you, actually.
yes.
Okay, Randall. He's.
He's
I have a language, and I want to know if other people of my clan speak this language. How would I? Okay. Under my features, I have the thieves' cant
Where'd you get that from?
from second level up.
What did you pick for your second level up?
Rogue.
Oh, okay, yeah. The new rogue.
Yeah. So I got the thieves' cant, and it gave me a language there.
That's just thieves' cant is specifically like a like a secret code that thieves use. It's like a series of signs or symbols.
What I'm saying is my thieves' cant separate from the language that I got to pick up, or is it the thieves' cant of that language?
No, they're separate.
Okay. So then I just also know this language.
Thieves' cant is its own separate thing from any language. It's a universal thing that all thieves know.
Okay,
That's what
so
I was saying.
it's all, but it's not like wrote down in one language or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no. It's not in any language. It's a series of symbols. It's a series of things that are universal to every single language. Like how
Okay,
everyone knows what a skull is. Everyone knows what an X is.
okay,
It can also be verbal.
No, Thieves' Cant is
yeah,
purely written.
okay.
Though
Uh,
it can be done in like hand language. It can be done in signs.
okay.
It can be gestured. It cannot be said. Thieves' Cant is not a verbal thing. I don't believe.
Okay, so then my extra language is in that extra language
It's just an extra
because they let me
language.
pick a language. It says like thieves can. It says thieves can and one other language of your choice. So I guess I got another language. My point being,
My point
okay,
being,
actually, I just sorted that question out. Actually, that's a question of answer. All right, then I guess I'm good.
That might not how it works in real D&D specifically, but that's how it works in this world. The Thieves' Cant is used as like is like a universal language of symbols and
Okay,
signs.
okay, I get that. I was more or less like, was thieves can't in like there was a dwarven version of it and
No, no,
a
no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just independent of
abysmal
everything.
or
It's
something like
just
that.
that's what I'm saying. It's independent. There's no
okay,
chance that it can be mixed with any language.
here, here's what it says about Thieves' Cant, because I googled it.
Did you not hear
It
what I
is
said, Squirrel? My Thieves'
what?
Cant might be different from actual D&D, but that's how it works in my world. This is all homebrew. Remember that. This is a homebrew world.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I was just curious, so I googled it. It says Thieves' Cant is a series of markers and word substitutions that you can use to communicate with others that understand that sort of nuance. So it's like slang. It's not like typical proper speaking. It's slang, but it
Right.
can be verbal.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's like a gestured thing. It's not necessarily a language.
Yeah,
It is not a singular language. It is just like a series of codes or signs that people can say to each other or give to each other.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
not an
My
actual
point was
language
I
of
was just
sorts.
trying to separate, make sure they were separated too as an, it wasn't my
What it
thieves
comes
can't
down
was
to is
an
Thieves' Cant
abysmal.
is not a language.
Right.
So there
I get
cannot
that.
be a language version of it. And I understand what
Okay.
you're saying about your. I understand what you're saying about your question. And I'm saying your question. I'm acknowledging your question and saying it doesn't exist. All right.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Gotcha. All right.
Squirrel.
Yes.
Is there any other questions about your magical items?
No.
Wolf. Is there anything you want to do before going to bed? Wolf.
Son of a biscuit. I was muted. I said nothing. I was just gonna sit there. I lay there with Mr. Tibbles on my chest.
So yeah, you all go. You all are. I've already described the room that you guys go to. It's like at the end of a long corridor with a room on either side, and it's essentially a large storage closet in the attic. And what you see is several boxes and crates, and like a couple of uh, bunk beds on either side, just like one on either side of the room, with several dressers and drawers that are just like filled with random shit. Mostly supplies that are used for brewing or extra cups, stuff like that. So each of you find a bed and you fall asleep. We're gonna go ahead and start with your dreams. We're gonna start with Colin. Colin, you find yourself in a dark, warm space. You find yourself floating through it, and you feel like suddenly a soft ground beneath your feet, like a gentle grass. And you are walking through almost like this small forested area that has like a small clearing with trees on either side. And all of a sudden a heavy breeze kicks up and starts blowing through. And this breeze brings with it a terrible cold and a chilling wind that brings on snow. Heavy snow and hail that batters your skin and armor. You aren't prepared for this kind of weather. You didn't pack any winter clothes or anything, and you seemingly can't find your equipment, so you can't fashion anything on hand. You just have your armor and your weapons. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna immediately try to get the gear I need to get. Figure out what I need to be doing to get the gear. Like, I need my survival is more important at this point than wherever I'm going.
Well, what are you going to try and to do? What are you going to try and do to gather gear? Like, how are you going to survive this harsh cold?
I'm gonna try to make some kind of source of fire, warmth.
As
That's what
soon
we
as you
need at
say
this
that,
point.
as soon as you think of the word fire, you see a small glint in the distance of a gentle campfire flickering ever so gently. Do you want to go to it?
Definitely get me. Yeah, I'm going to.
As you begin walking, the trees themselves begin to part into a seemingly beaten down path of two different roads. You see one road seems to lead to a deep, dark part of the forest. And you see it leads uphill, and at the top of this hill you see a broken down wooden cabin. The other side is leading to this campfire. It's much closer. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go to the cabin.
You're gonna go to the cabin?
Yeah.
As you approach this cabin, the light of the fire begins to flicker and fade. And as you approach this cabin, you see the shadows begin to grow darker. The moon itself seemingly glowing brighter than ever. And the cold itself, while still being harsh, seems to leave your skin. And you feel a strange stillness in it. As you approach this cabin, you see there's a figure inside one of the broken windows. A shadowed figure with a hood and a cloak over him. He is sitting at a table. What do you want to do?
The chill's gone from me now, right?
The cold is still there and you very much feel it, but you aren't shivering. You don't feel cold, but you feel the cold.
Okay. I'm gonna approach the figure.
As you open the cabin door, darkness fills the room and all your vision, and we're going to move on to the next dream. Let's go with Corvus. Your dream, sir. You once again find yourself floating in a dark space with heavy pressure all around you. It's a similar dream to what you've had last night, with this dark figure floating in this void. And it's almost like a continuation of what it was before. And you see this figure, its head begins to make itself apparent as it seems to look up towards you. And these two eyes begin to glow bright with a blue fire. What do you want to do, sir?
Man, I have no idea.
The figure begins to get closer and you hear a voice in the back of your mind. Swim. Follow the current. And you feel it tug at you, the waters. You feel it pull you. As this figure gets closer, it pulls you even harder. And suddenly you find yourself swimming on your own accord. Without your own accord, without you even knowing. And you begin to wonder if this dream is something you can even control. Do you want to try and do anything? Or do you want to let it take you?
I want to try to control it.
How so?
Maybe try to control it by realizing that it's a dream and that I can do whatever I want.
Well, I mean, how are you going to control it is what I'm saying. What are you going to do to control it?
Like, what am I trying to do?
No, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to control it? Like, how are you going to control the dream? How are you going to change it?
What the fuck? Hang on, my dog is going fucking nuts.
And I do want to hold off on doing yours, Maverick, until we do get done with his, because yours is going to be last, and I want to make sure it's done in proper order.
Okay. Okay.
Roger that.
Okay there, bud.
Okay there, bud.
That was kind of scary.
You alright?
Yeah, he was like going absolutely fucking ballistic at the door, man. Like, I hadn't seen him do that in a while.
Hope everything's good.
Yeah, I was just wondering if maybe I was getting burgled, but I guess not.
Well, I'm sure your dog got that.
They probably looked in that window and been like, fuck this place. I think we need to fucking steal for him than ourselves.
Anyways, how are you going to control your dream, sir? What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to stop the current from taking me and give myself control of which direction I'm swimming.
So you're going to fight the current?
Yes.
So you take control of your muscles and you begin pushing against the current. And as you begin to swim opposite of the current, you turn around and you see this large figure is still pursuing you. And you begin to see this veiled face of a skeleton, like swimming towards you, but its lower jaw missing and several long fleshy tendrils falling from it. They look decayed, black and green, bits of them flaking off and fleshing off. It's just, what do you want to do? How are you gonna continue? Are you gonna continue fighting it, or are you gonna? What do you want to do? As you see this image in front of you,
Well, that sounds scary, so I want to
it
swim
is
as far.
I also do want to mention that it is the massive figure from before, so it is huge. It is probably 20 times the size of a normal skeleton.
I want to swim away from whatever that is.
So as you begin to swim away, the current pulls you with it. The current guiding you away from this thing. And you see it slowly begin to fade in the distance, and you hear in your mind again, dangerous things below the deep, the abyss darkness lies below it all. And darkness overtakes you. Finally, Colin. You find yourself, or not Colin, sorry, Maverick. You find yourself in a dark, empty space of the dreamscape. When you are woken up by Roland shaking you. Wake up. Wake up, Maverick. We got trouble.
Huh? What's wrong?
As you wake up, you see just outside the attic window, there are torches of several guardsmen looking like they're walking down several alleyways of the street and knocking on doors. You see a couple only a few doors away from the bar itself. We got guards outside. I gotta get you guys moving soon. But there's only one way I can get you there and get you out of this town. And you're gonna. Okay. You see, he's kind of like sweating. He's almost panicking a bit. You see, you see this middle-aged man is not prepared to deal with something like this.
Ah, shit. I rush over to the other two and start shaking. Colin, Corvus, wake up. We gotta
Also,
get going.
sorry, his name is Randall, not Roland.
Yeah, I was confused.
My apologies.
I got you, though.
My fucking phone was being slow and pulling up my notes.
I'm wait, like, I'm not a great person to be woken up when I'm first wake up because my brain has to process what's going on.
Right.
But I'm also cat, so I immediately push him away from me.
Alright. Randall sort of looks at all three of you as you all wake up and just says, we got guards outside. And I can't be caught by them. So I need you guys to leave. I got one person who can take you out of town. She's an apothecary by the name of Beatrice. She lives a few blocks about east side. If you keep circling around, you'll find her. You'll see her town, or not her town, her shop. Beatrice's Boldus, all right? If you go there, you find her. He pulls a slip out of his pocket with several different symbols written on it. Hands it to Maverick, and he says, "You give this to her, and you tell her that you need to leave tonight. She'll get you going, but you need to leave."
Is it undercommon?
It is Thieves' Cant.
Oh, okay. So I can read it.
Yes.
I want
What
to.
does the note say?
It just says Fellwind Keep.
Is there anything I can write on in this room?
Anything you can write on?
Yes, to give to him.
There is 100% certain stacks of paper and stuff like that. Yeah. You can look through some of the
Okay.
storage bins and find paper.
I want to write two things down.
As you begin rifling through shit, he's like, "Whoa, what the hell are you doing? You need to leave!" You see the guards
I'm
have, the
writing-
torches of the guards is starting to get closer.
Right. We're getting ready to leave. I'm also. This is in between me packing, and getting ready. I'm looking for paper.
Alright. Give me a dexterity check. I
Uh,
want to see how fast you do this. Because this is good. They are very close. They are only a couple of doors away and they are getting closer.
18. Wait. You said dexterity?
Yes.
Let's see. Dexterity plus 3. So 20, 21.
Alright. You do it. You keep going.
I want to write one note to my brother, who's looking for, like, obviously, you know, basically, in this time, I'm handing him a note saying to him to get to my brother, saying I owe him.
All right.
To, basically, he's getting a get out of jail free card.
Well, he's. I don't know who your brother is.
I'm just saying, hold on.
He snatches it from you. Just, you need to get out now before they get over here
Okay.
and start opening any doors and find you people.
I'm going to be hands up. We're good. We're going.
All right. So he quickly leads you guys to a back door and says, "You guys need to make your way through town and avoid guards and get there to Beatrice's boluses." All right.
Okay. Yes. I want to leave the tavern and start heading that way.
Well, he's guiding all of you out. So all of you make your way. I need a marching order as we do this. The first person to guide the group.
Probably would be me. 'Cause Wolf's still trying to read the map.
No, it was just a message.
Oh, so that's
Yeah, I was supposed to say what map.
just a message. Okay.
Since I know the city, I should be the one
Also-
to lead right behind
Right.
him.
That's
I
it.
just want to say, Cullen, I did say if you're going to
Mhm.
take a positive, if you're going to take a large positive, I want you to take a negative, sir.
On what?
It's your stats. You got a 17 in there, man.
Where?
You got a 17 in dexterity and you got a 15 in charisma. Take a negative
Yeah.
somewhere, man. Take a negative. You don't have any negatives.
Which one do you want me to drop?
Pick one. You're the one that was supposed to take a negative in one of your stats. I told you that
When?
at the start of the campaign. That's why Maverick has a negative in strength. I told you if you're going to
Actually, I
have a
didn't.
3+, you're going to take a negative.
Okay. I'll take wisdom. What's that change my wisdom to? I had to change my wisdom to what?
A 9.
9?
You just got to drop it by 1. But it's just to keep everybody balanced. I don't want everybody to have massive scores and just be able to beat everything at level 1. Because then I'll have to make
Right.
everything super busted against everybody, and it's not going to be fun for me.
Oh, then you're gonna love my halfling.
I forgot how to edit. No, that's not it. Here, manage. Okay, I'll go ahead and get it edited.
Thank you, sir. I will need to do one thing real fast. To make
Because
sure
off
it's on my
topic,
character.
I was working on a barbarian halfling that has a -2 in intelligence and in wisdom.
Wait, what did you say?
I was creating
Sorry.
a character that's a barbarian halfling that has a -2 in intelligence and wisdom.
See, I love that shit because it makes it to where your character actually has flaws that can be exploited both in combat and in roleplay. You can actually roleplay a stupid character and have the stats make sense for that. Exactly. My girlfriend has her character whose name is Reggie. He's a goblin barbarian, and the whole reason why he's a barbarian is because he's too stupid to realize he's in danger.
Okay.
I'm close there on this character. It could go pretty much almost that way.
He also doesn't bathe at all and has a fire beetle companion that rests in his giant mane of hair that makes it look like it's glowing, so he looks like he's on fire when he's fighting people.
That's awesome.
And his whole thing is that he has a chunk bitten out of him because he nearly died at one point, and that chunk, his fire elemental pieces, that is essentially his new flesh, and he is now part fire elemental, and later on in his levels he is going to be able to turn into a literal fire elemental form as he fights. So he is going to be on fire while he fights people.
Sorry.
No, you're good. There's just I love giving characters things that are like roleplay exclusive, and also like can be used in game, like stat wise. But like I also don't like whenever everybody's just busted right off the bat. That's supposed to come later.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Yeah.
So you guys are all lit out.
I think
First is going to be what you said, Colin, right?
it's either me or Maverick, because Maverick knows the way.
Do you want to take the way, Maverick? Because you are familiar with the slums. You are familiar with the moat.
Yeah. I'll take the way.
You've been to Beatrice's Bolus's probably once or twice to grab some like medical supplies or some stuff to help out at the bar while you were paying your own tab, right?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. You've been there, like you've helped out whenever you were just like behind on a bet and didn't want to just skimp out on the man.
Right.
So you aren't exactly the most familiar with the way. I will have to make you do some rolls on navigation. However,
No, that's fair.
the
Like I
main
said,
rolls are
it's
going to be
been once
stealth
or
from
twice.
everybody. So, if you're first, who's second, and who's in last?
Well, I'll be second.
All right, so that means Corvus, you're going to be in last. You're going to be at the tail end of everybody. So, everybody roll a stealth check.
Stealth real quick.
That's a crowd. Well, to see it, not to be on the crown. Yo.
22.
I got a 15.
22, 15. Corvus? Mr. Silver Scale?
9.
9. Oof. All right. You know what? I'll give you guys advantage. Fuck it. I'll give you guys advantage. I'll be nice. Go ahead and
That's
roll
good.
again.
Roll.
Take the higher number, yeah. Go ahead and roll again and take the higher number. It's nighttime.
Oh,
It's a heavy rain. I'll give it that.
10.
we'll go with a higher number.
16.
You guys both got one more. What did you get, Hero?
I got.
I should have rolled that one instead.
Well, I originally rolled a 2. Or I originally rolled. My 22 was an 18.
Right.
I rolled a 2.
Oof. Yeah, we're gonna take the higher number. So.
Yeah.
All right. So, with everybody doing that, that does succeed, just barely. You guys all make your way out the back of the tavern and start sneaking through some of the alleys and behind some of the buildings, most of which are all very like overgrown by nature. On some of the bottoms, you'll see small bushes starting to pop out and grow into the actual like woodwork of the building, and you'll see some of them are like starting to slant and dip into the mud of the moat a little bit. Many of them
But-
are starting to leak.
Before we do this, are we leaving Randall behind?
Yeah, he's still staying there. He just wants you guys out.
Okay.
Hmm.
I wanted to, because I wanted to say something to him before we left, or leave him separate
Well, you can
from
say
him.
you can still say it. You can
Alright.
say it as he's like ushering you guys out.
Hey Randall, I'm terribly sorry about this. Well, I'll make it up to you somehow, and thank you so much.
Look,
Again for helping us.
you can make it up to me by listening to what Beatrice says and then getting the hell out so I don't get in trouble. Now move, make it quiet, make it fast. And with that, you guys start making your way out through the alleys. And so yeah, as you guys sort of like start sneaking through some of the streets, you guys have to cross the street at one point, and at this point, there's like a couple of guards walking down the street. You hear them talking. You hear one of them say, So they're the ones that caused that big smoke at the courtyard. Yeah, I was having my lunch when something fucking crazy happened and somebody started yelling. I just kept eating. I didn't really care. I knew I wasn't gonna get in trouble. I was on break. The other one kind of just shoves them, and they walk past you guys as you guys duck behind in an alley. So with that, we'll need a survival check from you, Maverick, to see where you guys are at. Make sure you know where you're going.
15.
15. With a 15, you quickly remember where you're going. You look left and right down the street to make sure there are no guards coming back, and you take off down the street, following behind making sure you're just outside of the torchlight. Colin, give me a wisdom check.
18.
18.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it a disadvantage for you, sir. We're gonna throw it at a negative for you, because you are still waking up.
7.
7.
Yeah.
With the 7, you get the quickest image of a man sitting in an alley as you guys are running down the street. He is staring at you, a hooded figure, the one from your dream, this deep black and purple cloak covering his whole body. You can't make out any features of his face, but these bright white eyes staring at you, burning into your soul. And for the briefest moments, it's almost like time stands still as you stare at him, and he stares back. But then you keep running, and he's gone. Don't see him anymore as he ducks behind the alley. Now with that, roll another stealth check, everybody.
9.
9.
Yeah.
Oh shit, hold on.
Well, it's still at
13
advantage, so you can roll
plus-
again.
13 plus 6 is 19, sorry.
Is he still at advantage or all of us?
Everyone's still at advantage. It's dark and it's rainy.
10. I got the same exact shit as last time.
You need to check your
Oh,
dice.
we're doing the
sir.
advantage roll again?
Yeah, it's gonna be advantage
Yeah.
the whole time.
Okay.
got a
First one was a 19.
You got a 14, you said?
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
go with the 19.
Alright. 19, 14, what'd you get? 10, right? Squirrel?
Yeah, 10.
So, with that, you guys dug through one of the alleys and sneak through to kind of get to another part of the moat by skipping past the main road, going through an alley, and going to another part of the main road that kind of turns off. Turns off right and then kind of veers back left. And so you guys kind of sneak back onto the main road there, and as you do, you hear a couple of guards say, "What's that moving over there?" What do you guys want to do? You see one of the guards, one of the pairs of guards with the torches, kind of like waving it towards your way, trying to make the shadows move to see what's what.
So we're in an
I want to
alleyway.
cast.
Yeah, you guys are just
Transmute.
about to breach out to the main road when this happened.
Is there...
I want to. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one I want, but I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy. Is that correct?
Thaumaturgy?
Yes.
All right. You can pick multiple. It says I think you can pick up to 3. So you can make a sound, you can make a gust of wind, you can blow out torches, stuff like that.
Ooh.
It's very
I'm gonna
good
use
for scaring
Fireplay.
people and making people like look away from you, stuff like that, right?
I'm going to use Fireplay.
All right. Well, you can do 3, like I said. You can use up to 3.
Fireplay and Phantom Sound away
All
from
right.
me. But the Fireplay is going to be. I'm going to change it to a Black Flame.
You're gonna try and change the blame to a black flame.
Yes.
All right.
like weird shit.
Yeah. And what's the sound?
It's gonna be like a loud, just like roar of like if I were to roar myself.
Can you do it, sir?
No, I'm not gonna do the roar.
Can you
Do the
can you
roar.
do the roar? Do
I'm
it.
not doing the roar.
No,
I'm
if
not
you
Do the
doing
want this
it.
roar.
to work, I will give it to you automatically if you do the roar.
Oh God, I'm not.
I will then roll for it. All right, give me an arcane check.
All right, I'll do an
Rawr.
arcane check over it.
All right, you can do arcane or religion.
We'll do religion. All right, what my religion is for that. Yeah,
Fuck God, brawl.
23.
23. All right, the
Yeah.
flame goes black and then flickers back to a red as you see the handle of the torch begins to light with arcane sigils to counteract your magic. But the sound does still from another alley on the back, and one of the guards kind of turns. The one with the torch turns, and the other one says, "What the hell? Somebody's playing tricks. They're messing with the torch." He's like, "No, I heard something from back there." He's like, "That's just a trick. Pay attention." So one guard's still looking your way, one's looking away. There's a chance you guys could make a break for it now, as the guy with the torch is looking away. But what do you want to do?
I'm gonna make that break.
You're gonna-
Gone.
You're gonna go for it?
Yep.
All right,
I'm also gonna go for it.
Maverick. Maverick, buddy.
Damn it. I said,
Stop muting
fuck it.
yourself, man.
I'm chewing. I'm hungry. Uh,
I'm hungry.
I said, fuck it. I'm going for it. I'm running.
All right, you guys are all running. Let's see if this guard can see you, fuckers.
Check. Roll.
16.
Do we roll?
No, I rolled.
Oh, we rolled.
Yep. And I'm not gonna tell you what I rolled. It's gonna be versus your guys' stats from before, your stealth.
Well, I'm fucked then.
Yes, you are.
Well, yeah.
You are 100% fucked.
Yeah.
Both you and Wolf.
How am I fucked? Which one did
You rolled 16, I believe, or 17.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
Because I was underneath him. I was like a
Like-
13.
we rolled twice, didn't we? We rolled.
You took the
Yeah.
higher number.
First one.
Right.
Yeah.
Which one did you get?
Okay.
I
That was
don't
the first
remember.
second.
Pretty sure this is from the second one.
Yeah. Second one, like, Wolf got the highest.
What did you get? I don't remember.
I rolled this
got a
15,
little-
16, 19. So I'm assuming this is a 19
Yeah.
in that order.
You're only supposed to roll twice, not 3 times.
No,
No.
no. For the first roll, you had twice, and the second roll, you had twice. I remember saying 19, and I was like, yeah, I'm going with the 19.
Okay, so you got a
'Cause it
19
was
total
actually,
or a 19 on the
yeah.
roll.
It's stealth, so 19. It was 13 plus 6.
Okay, so 13 plus 6. Okay, yeah, that's what I needed to know if it was on the roll or not.
Yeah.
And then I got
'Cause
like
stealth
14
is
on that.
6 plus 6. Yeah. Wait, what
All right.
happened?
Sorry, I had
Okay.
to do something. Yeah, we'll go with this.
Jimmy.
Damn it. Where the fuck did my stats go? $16 plus. You said you got a 19 total?
Yes.
He
13
sees you.
plus 6.
He rolled a
Oh, that's
16
fine.
plus 3.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yep.
He sees all of us.
He sees all of you. So he's like, "Oi, behind you!" He fucking flips his friend around quickly by spinning him by his shoulder. The guy nearly falls, but stables himself and grabs his spear from his back and pulls it out and just says, "We got 3 over here!" And then they start running at you. One of them draws their sword, the other one with their spear in their hand charges you. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to engage them in combat or try and run?
Where
If
are
you can
we at in
dispatch
the
them
city
fast,
again?
and if you can just, you are in the moat, the slums of the city, and you guys are about halfway between. From your mind, you're about halfway between the bar and Beatrice's Bolus's.
I'm gonna stick my arm out and stop everybody from thinking about fighting them. Hey, I know what it looks like right now, but trust me, I've seen a lot of years. Dead cops are never a good idea. We need to get out of here.
And with yeah, I entirely agree with him. Like I'm gonna lower my weapons and immediately calm.
All right.
Like I agree.
It was hard for me to do that line. I need to smoke.
I agree. Let's do this.
Toke. Where's mine? Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna start a new recording
Right
since we're
back.
doing this.